Hey everyone, I'm Melanie from Streamline Legal, where we help law firms get the most out of their practice management software. And tonight we're talking about living the dream. And that's the dream where your clients are going to type in data into a form that will then feed into your practice management software and help you create those documents that you need for your clients. And so I call it a dream because a lot of people have this great idea and it doesn't always work out so smoothly because there are a few steps that people are skipping. And it's not, most of the time it's because they don't know, or a lot of times they'll hire someone to set up forms and intake forms for them, and it's just not set up this way. And so I wanted to dive deep tonight. We're going into Clio Grow to see how that product handles this situation. And in future videos, we'll take a look at Lawmatics and see how that handles the situation. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen with you so you can see what I'm looking at here in Clio Grow. And you'll see here, we've got Clio Grow here all set up. And again, the dream is that my clients are going to fill out an intake form. That data is going to feed into Clio Grow, which is then going to feed over to Clio Manage once I get hired, and then I can use that for my documents that I'm creating. So it all starts, of course, with that form that they're going to be filling out. So if I click on Forms over here, I'm going to go take a look at how my form was built. So I go into the Form Builder, and I'm looking at this general intake form, and I'm going to click on Edit so I can see that form. And you'll see once it pops up that we can use all kinds of fields in this form. You know, this was put together with some single line text, some paragraph text, some drop-down menus, all kinds of different types of questions that I can ask my clients. And so I'm going to take, for example, here, this one here, it says driver's license number. And this is where I want my client to just simply type in the number of their driver's license. Now, if I just create a form like this asking them for the driver's license number, it will get sent to me and I will see it in the form responses, but it will not necessarily feed into that custom field I've set up that I want to feed into Clio Manage. And so in order to make that happen, I can't just have a field like this to request the information. I have to go in and edit that question, and I'm looking for the question settings. And if you go into those question settings, you'll see here a little checkbox to connect the answer to a custom field. And that's exactly what I want to do. So I'm going to click on that box there, and it asks me if I want to connect it to a contact custom field or matter custom field. For driver's license numbers, I like to keep those as contact custom fields because they don't change. Even if I work with this client on a different matter, it's still going to be the same driver's license number. So I click Contact Custom Fields and it shows me all my different contact custom fields. So I find the one that I've labeled driver's license number. I click on that. I click on Save, and then I also save that question. So now we can tell by this little chain link icon here that it is linked to a custom field. And so now when my client gets this form and fills it out, they're going to go ahead and put that into that field, and it will then feed into the custom field that I have set up in Clio Grow. Now, just as a reminder for those of you that have set up custom fields or maybe not yet in Clio Grow, if we go to our settings and we go over to custom fields, we can see all the different custom fields that we have. And of course, we want to make sure that the one we're using is synced with Clio Manage. And you can tell because which ones are synced because they have the little Clio icon right there. And so I know by looking at this that my driver's license number field is synced with Clio. And so when I do push that matter out of Clio Grow into Clio Manage, that custom field data will be in there and it will be sent over to Clio Manage, which of course is the goal, so that now once it's in Clio Manage, I can use it in my documents that I'm automating in Clio's document automation. So again, do please check that Sync Clio Manage Custom Fields has been clicked and that you do have them synced. As a best practice, I would highly recommend that you create your custom fields in Clio Manage and then sync them over to Grow. It just is a smoother flow that way to make sure that all those custom fields match up. So that's how we can create the dream. So if you've had someone that has prepared these documents for you. Sometimes Clio themselves will prepare them for you, or if you've hired that out, do check, because a lot of times they don't know that that's your intention, or for whatever reason they did not include that link. So let's make sure that the fields in your forms are matching up with custom fields in Clio Grow and Clio Manage, so that we can make that dream come true. I hope you found this helpful. Thanks so much for joining me tonight, and we'll catch you again soon when we review the same thing. We're going to go over the same thing in Lawmatics tomorrow night. Thanks so much, guys. Have a great night.